I didn't have any real intentions to make this video when this was announced. Because, okay, Ozzy wanting to say goodbye to the stages. Fair enough. Okay, he wants to do it, he can do it, go ahead. I mean, now there's a lot of people that wants to see Ozzy for the last time. Then there was more details revealed and more clear that this is something... It's not just that this is the last time that Ozzy is going to be on stage. Maybe the problem is me that I take things too literal. Or maybe the world is just okay with the use of semantics in a particular way. Which means what it seems to be a huge publicity stunt, carefully crafted, that is unveiling details little by little. When they made this announcement, they put it in a way that it made people think, or they choose to think, that this was the last Black Sabbath concert featuring Ozzy Osbourne. Then there was a poster and a huge drop of names. And let me check, I have the poster here, what it said literally. Performances from Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, Gojira, a bunch crazy list of names. But this is not a festival, it's not like all these bands are going to perform their sets. You get to see here on the top of the poster, Back to the Beginning, Geezer Butler, Tony Iommi, Ozzy Osbourne and Bill Ward, which for many is more than enough to see the legends, the pioneers of the genre, like Sharon is mentioning later, together on stage for the final time. Now, Ozzy, some years ago, announced or made public his current health issues. And it's very obvious that the man is not having a good quality of life in terms of health. And it's quite obvious as well that he cannot perform like he used to perform back in the day. Sharon is saying that his vocals are not affected. Yeah, but he cannot get up from bed. That's on his own words. He's doing pretty bad. So the man wants to say goodbye to the stages, and I understand that. I am a musician myself, and sometimes I have this dilemma of, if I'm not in a position to deliver a good performance, should I retire at some point, or will the necessity of being on stages be more powerful and just go ahead even if I know that I'm not doing the best that I want? It's a tricky question. It's a tricky dilemma, and I can understand. Now, what I have a problem with is the publicity stunt crafted marketing strategy here. And I've always loved the marketing behind Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne as a character, because it's genius. It's genius. It always has been polemical, adapting to different eras and growing, and they always did. They always found a way to make it relevant, whether it was biting bats or whatever it was. But this concert, I'm losing track, I'm sorry. This festival, this event, this something, came announced as a surprise. And as I was saying, there is a huge list of names featured here, which doesn't mean that they are going to play as bands. As we got to know more details, it turns out that it's just a massive jam session with musicians from those bands. Plus the original band members of Black Sabbath, somehow they're present. It's not the same. It's not the same as selling it as the last Black Sabbath concert with Ozzy. It was announced and many people thought so. And then the price tickets were revealed and oh my god, what the fuck? Who can pay that? I cannot pay that. Fuck. That price, the minimum price could cover so many of the concerts that I attend to. And I'm not even talking about very underground, unknown bands that obviously are going to be cheaper, but like other bands that are in a superior league. What the fuck? And they were sold out so quickly. People were going nuts trying to get tickets for this event, and they sold out so quickly. And now that this is completely sold out, Ozzy has revealed, I think it was on a radio interview, I don't know, I've seen the headliners in many pages, and he was saying that he's not going to sing the full set of Black Sabbath. How does this come as a surprise? It doesn't. The man has been dealing with a lot of health issues for a long time. They made it public, revealed that he is not doing well, he cannot get out of bed. So what is he going to do? I mean, how can he even go on stage? Maybe he's going to use a wheelchair. I don't know. It's going to be very tough for him. And the effort that he's going to put and he's putting right now is admirable. It's fantastic. Well, and anyway, everybody's freaking out, celebrating, and yeah, like I was saying, I get the point. And somehow I can put the empathy on both sides. The nostalgia of thinking, oh, wow, the legends, the pioneers of the genre getting back together on stage for the last time. Even if they don't do anything, it's going to be a unique event. But Ozzy is going to be a walking corpse. Well, he has been for many years, in his own way. Not trying to discredit him, but yeah. So I don't know, I'm very, very conflicted with this. There are bands that have aged and managed to stay in a good shape, or even if they have lost, obviously, the stamina, the energy, the youth, they have adapted to the current times, the current skills that they own. Like Judas Priest, Rob Halford cannot sing anymore, Painkiller, they should remove it from the set list. They did an attempt some years ago, and that should have been their decision, because he cannot do it as well as it should be done. But Rob Halford right now is singing the best in his life, probably, in terms of technique, security, delivery, is honestly outstanding. And he and his team, producer, blah blah blah, they have found a way to exploit that, and he's shining so much. So that's a good way of aging. But Ozzy, he's very sick. And this is all marketing, because Metallica is announced. What else it was? Slayer, Pantera, blah 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 blah. And then we have additional performances of Jackie Lee, which is, because turns out that Ozzy is going to also do, before the Sabbath set, is going to do some solo songs, which is cool. I personally, unpopular opinion, I prefer Ozzy's solo material than Black Sabbath era with Ozzy. And I love Black Sabbath era with Ozzy. But you know that my favorite era is not that one. Leave in the comments if you know which is my favorite era. So there's going to be major musicians, major names here, that are just going to pop out on stage and do a bit here and there, and it's going to be a giant jam session. Yeah. In words of Sharon, in Sharon's words, all the icons are coming to pay tribute to the pioneers of this genre of music. And I'm talking about the video that was released to make this announcement, with Tony Iommi and Sharon giving a sort of interview. And that is very fun, because at the beginning of the interview, Tony gets a tricky question, because this is not the first time that Black Sabbath says last shows. And we all know and have experience with bands saying, hey, bye, but turns out it's not the last time. They did the End tour some years ago. It was supposed to be the band playing for the last time, but it was not. And Tony Iommi kept saying, I'm gonna leave the links here for the video. He was saying something like, well, it's different because, Bill is in 40s and he wasn't before. So it's different, and it's for charity. And that's the major point of this publicity stunt. They don't need the money. None of them. None of them need the money. I've seen many jokes about, oh, Sharon needs another surgery, blah, blah, blah. No, they don't need the money. The empire is huge. They are fucking filthy rich. But there's a different type of ambition. Attention, stamina. Ozzy's a junkie. He craves many things, and being on stage is addictive. But they are disguising it as a charity event, because they could just give the money to the cause. They are doing it on their former city, which is cool, a way of paying tribute. And they chose a charity place that is there, and is related to Ozzy's illness. So that's cool. I mean, every charity thing is going to be good no matter what, because at least it's for a good cause, you know. But there is the hidden reasons, and that's a bit meh. Well, Tony kept saying it's different because this particular thing has not been done before, but they announced their last tour some years ago. I don't know if I'm making a point here. Later on that video, they get asked again if this is the actual last gig for Black Sabbath, for Ozzy. And Tony jokes, like, there's a world tour coming this way after this. And they laugh, but he's very much aware. He's joking all the time about not respecting previous decisions. And Sharon is reaffirming constantly that this is the last gig for Ozzy, which we can believe. Because some people are thinking that Ozzy may not even make it to that date, which is very sad, but it's very probable, possible. Sharon then mentioned something about you stop with dignity. That raises some eyebrows, because we know what's Ozzy's current state. I don't know. I admire his effort. It makes me happy that one of my idols finds the energy to fight for something, to be on stage for the last time and say goodbye. And Sharon is also mentioning that she really wants to say thank you to the fans, to the people that made it possible, and that is beautiful. And if that's what Ozzy wants, even if it's going to sound like shit or not, probably not, because there's so many amazing musicians, and well, if this is a party for Ozzy, then it's justified. But the marketing is what I have a problem with, because it's not fully transparent. They are using a lot of tricks to hide their real intentions. Everything is exposed, because otherwise it will be lying. But the way they are phrasing it, the way they are delivering the information little by little in grains, it's deceiving for many people that are not reading the small letter, let's just say. The tickets are sold out. I'm not going. Even if I had the money, I will not go. But yeah, what do you think? It's a very tricky and complicated topic. And I have the feeling that this is not over, and there's going to be many other headliners coming with confessions and notes and ideas. And let's see. On the interview, Tony was questioned if they already had decided the set list and if they had rehearsed. He made a joke like, hey man, if we don't know the songs by now, come on. Which is funny, because they've been playing it for decades. In regard to the set list, he was saying something that Ozzy has been sending, or they are going to, I don't know what he said exactly, it's on the video, that they need to talk about the songs that Ozzy can do. So that's going to be interesting, because it's up to Ozzy's current state, and then I'm sure they're going to do some jam sessions, so some good future musicians are going to be there, but it's not going to be Black Sabbath, it's going to be Black Sabbath and friends. It's going to be a jam session. Is it the same? Is it worth it for those that are paying the tickets? I don't know. I'm not paying the ticket. But many people expected something different. And I think many people are going to be disappointed. And many other people do not fucking care, because they just want to say that they were there on this unique event. Fair enough. But if it's only for an Instagram picture, how much of this is heavy metal? That's another topic. This is not how I understand heavy metal. But that's another topic for another day. Let me know what you think in the comment section. why is it that lately when I'm making videos about heavy metal, it's basically these type of things, like sabotage with... Yeah, it's confirmed. John Oliva is not going to be singing. I told you. And the excuse of his health. Yeah, but it was marketing. It was marketing. Deceiving marketing. And I don't like it. Fuck. Okay, let me know in the comment section.